basketball and all that?
Well, yeah, I mean, ever since high school, I've always been busy, you know, with extracurricular activities and, you know, basketball and music. And like you said, now I'm married, and so that adds another big responsibility. But, you know, it's all about, you know, remaining focused and learning how to prioritize and balance everything and know what's important. And just setting things up the way they should be. Like I said, my wife, she's a great supporter. She helps me stay on track, you know, and my family, my church family, you know, they always support me. They help me keep a good balance as well. My teammates, you know, they tease me, but like they respect me as a teammate as well. You know, I appreciate those guys and the teammates that they have been for me to help make this a great experience here.
Did you envision it a few years ago when you were practicing with the women's team to be hitting threes in SEC?
Well, you know, it's kind of funny because, you know, like I said, I always had faith and I believed. And a lot of people don't know this story, but I actually had a dream that I made the team before I got a chance to talk to Coach Stansberry. And when I got the opportunity to try out, I mean, it was just a dream come true, and I was just so glad and excited about the opportunity that God had opened the door for me.
You correct me if I'm wrong, but you told us before you'd like to get into the music industry, something in the music industry when you're done here. Do you have something set up, or do you have any ideas as to what you'd like to do in that regard when you leave? Yeah.
Well, I don't have necessarily something set up yet, but I am a minister of music, and I know I'll continue to do that. But as far as my passion to be a gospel recording artist, I'll pursue that and see what doors God opens up.
Let me follow up on that. Now, my wife likes to watch The Voice. You know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
You thought about trying out for that? Have you ever tried out for that?
There's so many singing shows that people ask me, you know, you gonna try out for this? You gonna try out, you know, American Idol, Sunday's Best Voice, or like all these shows that, you know, they've asked me. But, you know, I never really put that much thought into it, but hey, you never know. You never know.
Colin, what about you after college basketball? You know, your play?
I know what to be seen, that's for sure. But I think what I'm gonna try to do is just try to make a pro team. You know, I got good tape, I got good opportunities, and these coaches probably gonna put me in good situations so I can succeed. You know, also I'm gonna have my degree, so I'm gonna have two things I'm you know, fall back on. But you know, I just gotta go out there and work hard, whatever I do. I think my mom told me that about a month ago. She said that no matter what happens, whatever happens in basketball, whatever happens in class, make sure that after this, whatever you're doing, do it 100%, because if you do it 100%, there's no one else can take it from you.
Let me ask both of you this. What are you going to take from each other? Like Colin, what are you going to, when you leave here, what are you going to think about? When you think about Tyson, what are you going to think about Tyson? When you think about Colin, what are you going to think about?
When I think about him, I think about being a leader. He is one of the, like I say he's like a father to all of us out there. He's the one that knows situations, what we got to do, and how to react, because he's been through them already. He somehow, I don't know, been through them, and he gets a good head on his shoulders. He does always pretty much everything right. He tells us, you know, what to do and how to act. And so I think that one of the biggest things is that how to be a father figure. And I think that's one of the biggest things I'm going to Tyson.
What about you? Think about Colin.
Appreciate that, Sino. About Colin, man, he's a great teammate. You know, like you say, he's a very skilled individual, not just with basketball, just as a person. You know, he's a unique individual, and I believe just taking from him, like just knowing how hard of a worker he is and the approach to life that he has, just being a great teammate, man, and a hard worker. I think that'll be one of the things that I'm taking from CeeLo.
Obviously, we talked about the overall wins are better than last year. The accomplishments are about the same. You guys see it better than anybody on a daily basis in practice. What improvements, although the record hasn't really shown, what improvements have both of y'all seen from this year's squad compared to last year? And looking to the future, what this team can do next?
What I see is the overall competitiveness. I know every day we go hard. Every day that we achieve something new. And no matter if it's not a rebounding drill or some defensive drill, we do something each day that motivates us to know that we can actually do it. We can actually be better than this. And so I think us being able to achieve them goals. I know we might be a little undersized sometimes, or maybe not skilled at some positions. At the end of the day, we're gonna work harder. I think that's what Coach Brady has tried to emphasize is like no one can outwork us, no one can out-tough us, and no one can outthink us. And so I think that we're trying to eventually start to get some of them where it's like, okay, we can out-tough them. Now we gotta be smarter than them, and now we just gotta be more physical and go get it.
Colin, obviously you're big on tattoos. You probably have a tattoo based on your experience in Michigan State. Have you thought about what it's going to be?
Yeah, I have actually. I'm gonna put some maybe across my back yet, but I don't know what it is. It'll be surprised up to see the one of the media things in a while, but I'm gonna have something new.
Tyson, your thoughts on next year's team, where they got coming back, and what you see is going to do?
I really believe that the team's going to be successful next year. You know, these 2 years haven't been as successful as we may have wanted them to be, but through all the adversity that we have faced, you know, still being shorthanded this year, you know, I believe that the standards and the morality that Coach Ray is implementing into the team, I believe is really going to pay off once we get more bodies and healthy bodies. And but I believe, you know, just the mindset of the team and how it is this year and how it is built from last year and how it will continue to build, I believe it's going to be a strong team next year.
Tyson, I saw you play a couple times in high school. What were your options basketball-wise after high school, and what made you decide to take a chance to play to continue your career here?
That's a great question. I wasn't recruited out of high school. I actually tried out. My sisters, they attended Stillman College, and they wanted me to try out there. And you know, I really didn't want to go, but just for their sake, I would have tried out. And I was actually offered a full ride, athletic scholarship and a band scholarship, but I just didn't want to go there. You know, it was a little far from home because I knew I had responsibilities at the church, so I didn't want to go too far. And at the time, my girlfriend was here. She's my wife now. So I ended up coming to state on a drumline scholarship. And, you know, I always had a heart to play, so I ended up having an opportunity to try out later.
Tyson, I asked this to Colin maybe a couple weeks ago, but with the way the season's kind of been going last year and this year, and with everything that's going on in your life, why do you get up in the morning and come to the court? You know, what's driving you to do that when you have so much stuff other going on?
Well, you know, it's just about having a passion for the game. You know, like I said, we haven't had a successful season that we may have wanted, but at the same time, you know, another day presents another opportunity to get better. And this not on the court, that's with life, you know, just waking up, having that brand new day, that brand new opportunity to become a better person, whatever what you are dealing with, you know, or have a hand in. So with basketball, as long as I'm on the team, you know, each day I'm gonna try my best to get better at it. So that's what drives me.
Colin, what's new in your life since high school? I guess off the court, I know you didn't get married or start a gospel career, but what's changed about you when you were 18?
When I was 18, I got a lot more tattoos. No, actually, I've grown a lot as a person. I've matured. I think you could ask me the coaches that, you know, when I first came to Mississippi, you know, I was really immature. There's a reason why I came to Mississippi. And so I think the biggest thing about me is I've matured as a human being, as a man, and I found out what I want in life and what I want to achieve and what are my goals and pretty much in life and what I want to be as a human being and how I want people to look at me as.
What will each of you take from Rick Ray? Not just from the basketball, but personal wise.
Can you repeat? You said what?
What will you take from Rick Ray as a person? I mean, how did he help you grow as a person?
Oh man, like I said earlier,
For both of you.
Oh, but I really respect Coach Ray, not just as a coach, but as a man. You know, he has high standards and he has a way of doing things that, you know, it's going to be done the right way. And I really respect that about him. And it's just his standards and his way of going about things, his way of approaching not only basketball but off the court as well, and just making sure that the team and that his program is operating in a right way, in an outstanding light. So I really respect that about him as a coach and as a man.
What about you, Colin?
What I'm gonna take from him, there's many things you can take from him. He's an outstanding human being, outstanding man, outstanding father. But I think the biggest thing I want to take from him is how you can succeed when you come from nothing. You know, he tells us all every day. He started being a high school coach, and now he's coaching at an SEC, one of the best conferences in the nation. And so just being able to succeed and work harder than everyone else just to succeed. And just because you're the little dog doesn't mean you're going to be out the picture at all. And so I think the biggest thing is just, you know, how to work and how to overcome adversity and how to be that man when no one else thinks you're that man. And so I think that's the biggest thing for me, what I'm gonna learn from you, which is how to overcome some stuff and how to work harder than everyone else so you can succeed yourself.
Colin, when you say professionally at the next level, is that in the United States, is that overseas, is that what's kind of your expectations?
I mean, if the NBA takes me, yeah, I'm gladly going to the NBA, but perhaps that is probably really low, so it's mainly going to be overseas, maybe stuff like that. I'm not sure yet, I still got to do all the agencies and all that kind of good stuff still, so it's just, up to grabs for right now.
How, I guess, comfortable or excited, I guess is the word, coming to Mississippi now, going to a whole different culture again. How are you excited for that opportunity?
It's a new adventure. I like new adventures. Yeah, that's one thing about me, learn about me. I like to travel a little bit. I like to experience new things. If I could travel the world, I really would, but not that many people got enough money to do all that kind of stuff. So, but I like to see new cultures. I like to live in new cultures. I like to experience, what they gotta go through and how they live life. I like it. I like that a lot. I like just how to change your environment, So that's what I really like to do.
But if someone had told 18-year-old Colin Borchert that you'd be in Mississippi State and then thinking about going over playing in Europe or wherever it may be, what would you have thought about that?
No way. No way. Nope, that's not me. I thought I'd been dropped out of college already. I thought I would have been sitting at home working at McDonald's or something. But, I overcame it. I worked hard, If you look back, I went to school to work my butt off there. I had 21 credits, 2 semesters back to back, and got a scholarship to Mississippi State before I.
What changed?
I grew up. That's the biggest thing. I grew up, I matured. I figured out what I wanted in life. I figured out what I wanted and how I could get it. And that's what I did.
Was there a moment there? I mean, why aren't you working at McDonald's or you dropped out? I mean, what?
I never actually told anyone this, but I worked at a restaurant, the Old Spaghetti Factory, when I was like my freshman year of college, and I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand waiting on people and having to do all that kind of stuff. I just couldn't stand it. I wasn't Colin Borchert. That's not what 6'8", 230 would walk around in a suit and tie and serve people food. That doesn't look good on me. I don't feel good about it. So I was like, I gotta change my life. And that's what I did. I worked hard and I got to where I am now.
And where was that?
At Old Spaghetti Factory in Arizona.
Colin, how much help have you had to kind of turn this around? There's a story that I've heard that your mom was calling around and saying, "Save my son," and how accurate is that? And just how much help have you had to kind of change your life around, and where would you be without basketball?
That is not true. My mom is a big supporter of what I am and who I am today, and without basketball, I really don't know what I'd be in. I might be in jail. I really don't know. But I just didn't want to go through that path. I saw bad things coming, and I really didn't want to go down that path. I want to go down the path where I'm successful. And my mom put me in a situation where it is that you are going to be successful no matter what. Like, she put me in a situation where I couldn't fail. And I had people around me. I think y'all know Coach White and Miss White. He used to coach here. His wife helped me out a lot when I was down at Scooby. She was the reason why I pretty much passed my classes. She made me go in there every day and do 3 hours of studying just because I needed it, just because I had to succeed. And so I think my mom put me in a situation, they put me in a situation where I couldn't fail.